Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Three Dorks Play Metroid Prime. I think I know where I'm going now.
But do you really? Because you've said that a couple times and you haven't known where you were going.
Yeah, this is true. Sir, please stop shooting at me. I'm trying to leave this establishment. Getting a 1-star review from me. Hostile service.
Don't be a Yelp Karen, hun.
Oh fuck. Can't see. Shoot. Go away, robots. You had to lock the door, didn't you? You're gonna stay right there, right? You're gonna stay right there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn Metroids and their gross talony things. They got like 4... You're not clever. Yeah, they've got like 4 jaws or talon. Okay?
Yep, sorry.
Go away. I want your fancy sword, though. Oh, I won't track that much. There we go. Don't need the elevator, I just need to get out. Thought there was something in there. Seeing everything in this color is not always the best. All just red and oranges and purples.
Yeah. Well, who's that boy? Is that a Metroid?
No, it's a space pirate.
Oh. We should try to be his friend.
I can see you. Let me scan you, damn it. You're gonna be difficult, aren't you? Bless you.
Sorry, guys. Holy shit, that was a ridiculous sneeze.
I don't like using the thermal visor all of the time, but they're kind of making me. I can still hear the space pirate music. Hold on. Of course he's cloaked. Why wouldn't he be? Where are you going? Okay, are we done here? They're not ones for, they don't really roll out the welcome wagon.
I mean, why would they, though? You're coming in here, you're invading their home. You're shooting up the place. Why would they welcome you?
You know, they could be a little nicer.
But you're not being nice. Why should they be nice to you if you're not going to be nice to them?
Because I'm not conducting illegal activities?
But what is the illegal activities that they're conducting?
Well, they're space pirates. They're doing all sorts of illegal things. Like using a dangerous species that really should be wiped out, like the Metroids. because they're just a parasitic species. They don't really serve a higher purpose. Well, now it's boss time.
Oh, great. Are we prepared?
Probably not. Can you see the boss?
No.
That's the boss.
Seriously?
Yeah, fighting a giant rock thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one tiny rock that floated up. I was like, wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I don't know how this thing exists. Like, is it just sentient rock? Is it just angry rock? Oh, this is Thardus. Whatever that means. I'm using a wave thing. I have to look into if I can turn off this fucking rumble.
Wait, the Wii remote has rumble?
Yep.
That's weird.
So that's the rumble.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not what you're supposed to do. Just find the glowing rock, destroy it, hit until it's exposed, then destroy said glowing rock.
You know, all of these, like, classic video games and stuff like that, it really seems like the quote-unquote hero is actually the villain.
How so?
Because, like, when you think about it, Samus is just going around fucking killing shit.
I mean, she's doing it in a professional capacity, at least.
But still, that doesn't make it so that she's not a bad guy. But, like, she's literally going to all these like, native planets or whatever, and, like, going around and killing shit that lives there. And, you know, it's not even just like this one. It's like when you think of Mario, even. Mario goes around fucking stomping the shit out of people.
Samus isn't really in a strictly in an environment where she's necessarily the greater evil. Because space pirates they're murder. They kill people indiscriminately. I mean, she has a vendetta against one of their bosses, Ridley, because he murdered her parents just because he could. And the Chozo gave Samus an opportunity to be one of their greatest warriors. Chozo are a dying race, or I don't know if they're extinct though or not. Oh, out of missiles. Yeah, and so Samus's targets aren't usually usually exactly good people. She's also a bounty hunter, so she's doing this out of contract usually.
Bounty hunters are not good people.
No, when your targets involve criminals, like.
But then does that make her any better than Light Yagami? Gotcha.
Light Yagami killed people because he had a god complex. Samus is doing a job, though. Someone's paying her to do it. And it's not, she's not without compassion, but she does. But she has her own
moral code kind of thing.
Yeah, she has no. And this thing is. I'm pretty sure this room is called like a containment room. Right? So the Chozo locked this thing up for some reason, and they're seen as one of the greater goods in the galaxy. I'm not saying Samus is, like, clear on all levels of morality, but...
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're trying to say, but...
But she's not exactly the greatest evil on the planet.
No. It's just kind of interesting to think about, like, a lot of video games have you, you know, like I'm gonna use a more recent video game as a kind of example. So I'm sure a lot of you in the audience have played The Last of Us, which came out in what, 2012? 2013?
I think so.
Well, in any case, it came out in like a couple years ago. So in The Last of Us, you know, you're playing as Joel and you're accompanying Ellie across the country to hopefully find a cure for the cordyceps virus. But along the way, it's not just, like, infected that you're killing human beings as well. And, you know, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't played the game, but, like, honestly, if you haven't played it at this point, then, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Might not own a PS4 or a PS3.
Well, that's too fucking bad. But in any case, so the end of the game sees Joel delivering Ellie to the Fireflies, and then they tell him that, like, unfortunately the only way that they would be able to even get a cure from Ellie's DNA is by killing her. And then Joel proceeds to go on a rampage through the hospital, kills everybody inside, just for the one girl, when he had the opportunity to save humanity. And I think, like, a lot of video games are kind of straying into this territory where you're supposed to like the character you're playing as, but they're not necessarily a hero. Like, I would argue, like, a lot that Joel is not a hero. No, like, he is a bad guy. He is a bad person.
In the terms of a more human story like that, though, it's entirely a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
Because Joel can easily be seen as just as much of a monster as the people he guns down.
Oh, absolutely. That's how, like, The Last of Us, in the interest of, like, disclosure or whatever, is one of my favorite video games of all time. But, you know, like, there's no arguing that Joel is, like, a good person. Because, yes, you come to love him throughout the course of the story, and yes, he does, quote-unquote, save Ellie's life, but at the same time, he's doing it to the detriment of the human race. And, like, he's doing it, you know, he kills so many people along the way. And yeah, like, obviously video games program those people to be enemies, and you're supposed to kill them. But, like, especially in story-based games where you're having it, like, having this, like, progression and stuff, like, it's really hard because, like, you're supposed to believe that this character is a hero, but, like, they're really not. Like, there are so few video games now where you have somebody that is a clear-cut hero. Like, in terms of stuff that I've played anyway, the only game where I would argue that the character is definitely a hero is, like, Kingdom Hearts. Because, like, Sora is literally vanquishing evil in that case. But, like, even games like Uncharted, for example, like, Nathan Drake is still definitely, like, a good guy, and he tries to be guided by, like, a different moral system, despite the fact that, yes, he is a thief. But, like, he still tries to be guided by, like, a moral system, but he's still not technically, like, a clear-cut hero.
I'd argue he's more like a grave robber if you want to use, like, a illegal profession. Because he's not so much interested in stealing from people, but rather from dead and missing societies. I guess it could be considered a thief as well, but it feels more like grave robbing in some instances.
Yeah. But with him, I'd argue Nathan Drake's kind of almost like an anti-hero. More so just because of the fact that he does, like, kill quite a few people along the way.
That's true.
And, like, yeah, there's the whole thing, and I think it's either Uncharted 2 or 3, I think it's the second one, where he, like, goes into this, like, museum or whatever to try to find Shambhala, and, like, he says, oh, like, no guns, I don't want to kill anyone, but then for the rest of the game proceeds to kill everyone.
Nah, it's more just video game logic at that point.
No, I know, but I'm trying to say, like, the whole thing with video games now seems to be, like, there's no clear-cut hero. Like, yeah, they can say that's the hero of the game, but he's not necessarily a hero. Like, when you think of the traditional archetype of a hero, like, that is not a heroic, you know?
No, you're absolutely right.
Like, especially even coming from, like, because for anybody who doesn't know, because I don't think I've talked about this before, I have a degree in English. Like, if you look at the typical hero kind of archetype, you know, like, a lot of these, you know, video game protagonists, so to speak, now, even, like, movie protagonists, for the most part now, are not clear-cut heroes. Like, at all. So, which I honestly kind of prefer, because, like, I don't think anybody is perfect morally. Because, like, there are 100% circumstances where, you know, good people are gonna do bad things like that. Like, this is something that I've discussed with Ryan before, but it's like, you know, I've always maintained, you know, like, if people ever came after and hurt my family, I would do everything I could to kind of avenge my family. But, like, I don't think there's anybody that that, you know, could be technically classed as, like, clear-cut, you know, clean morals, so to speak. Does that make sense?
I think so. But yeah, we're back in Magmore now.
Ooh.
You finished with the icy things, right? You know what else? Something that sounds weird to me.
What?
You don't get the ice beam in the ice area.
That's weird. Sorry for going on such a tangent, guys. I tend to do this thing where I talk and talk and talk, and, you know, hopefully it was at least mildly entertaining for you all.
Let's see if I can get some secrets.
Oh no.
You okay?
Yeah, I think I have a pimple in the middle of my tattoo on my back.
Oh, that's not good.
No. Oh, no. Is there a boss boy?
No, I just fought a boss boy.
Oh.
This is for a pickup. Oh, it's an energy tank. Never gonna say no to more of those. Go away, angry beetle. What do you do?
What do?
Oh, I see. I gotta go into the different rooms to unlock all the doors before I can get my energy tank. I don't care what temperature that is. I don't think a little spray is going to super cool magma that quickly.
No. But, hun, this is a game that takes place in outer space where, there is a woman that somehow is part bird.
Well, she has bird, like...
Well, she has bird genetics.
Mixed with her human DNA.
Yeah. So I really think that we could benefit from suspension of disbelief here.
I guess so. Also, if it wasn't obvious before, we got the spider ball now. So, no, go away!
Hey, you're invading their territory. Leave them alone.
Yeah, spider ball lets me go along certain tracks. That's all it does. I think in the original 2D games, it allowed you to actually walk on any surface you want, or climb on any flat surface.
Oh, okay.
This game, it's just the specific magnetic tracks.
Cool.
Ha, screw you, bug. Yeah, we'll see everybody in the next episode.
Peace the fuck out.